Hello, guys, and welcome to Odds on Ligue Match Day 8. We have Olympique Lyon PSG on Sunday, and we had a very good week the previous match day. Alain Valnegri, how are you?
Hello, yes, very well for another journey about Ligue.
Very successful the previous weekend. I think we got 8 out of 11 tips, so that's a lot. For instance, the two games that we have for Lorient, by the way, guys, of course, remember to comment, Ligue with us, to press the like, and of course, subscribe to our channel. We are close now to the 10,000 subscribers, so tell your friends and everyone, and subscribe yourself if you are not yet subscribed. Alain, let's start to analyze this match day before the international break. That no one wants this international break, to be honest. On Friday, we have Auxerre Lorient. Lorient, one of the biggest surprises of this start of Ligue 1. They are in fourth spot right now because they were able to get 3 victories the previous week. Ajaccio, Lyon, and Nantes. So it was a fantastic week for them. Very strong at home. Alain, what can you expect visiting Auxerre? Auxerre with 7 points and getting closer and closer to the relegation spots after 3 consecutive defeats.
Yes, Auxerre is in a bad moment. Auxerre suffered what Clermont suffered last season. They suffered the changement about the model of play, because you can play in a way in Ligue 2, but when do you go to Ligue 1, you must to change your model of play, especially if your model of play is really offensive. And we saw that Sunday in Rennes, a team always with the idea of the possession of the ball, but in transition, defensive transition, they suffer a lot. Against Lorient, you have Mofi, you have Ouattara, you have a block really strong about Lorient, aggressive. Normally, Auxerre will be suffer that type of team. I choose for this game 2𝐿𝐴 odds 1.92 about Lorient doesn't lose in Auxerre.
Okay, Lorient is a handicap 0, Lorient draw no bet. Next game on Saturday, we have Montpellier, Strasbourg, still with no victories for Strasbourg. They drew with Clermont, 5 draws in the last 6 games. And Montpellier, usually we have entertaining games with Montpellier, high scoring games. They are coming from defeats against Angers and Lille. Perhaps we see goals, no, in this game.
Yes, but Strasbourg, we don't saw a lot of goals with Strasbourg. Yeah. Warning, because it's really strong in defensive phase. Strasbourg have problem with the goal. When the things not well, you have everything can be happen in negative way. And I think it passed that to Strasbourg, because the team create. We saw against Lorient that they fight only the finalization. It's a bad moment. It's a really bad moment for Strasbourg. Traveling to Montpellier is always difficult. There will be meet a team with that powder in offensive phase we mention every week. For that game, I think Montpellier doesn't will be lose. I choose the double opportunity, double chance, 1x odds 1.58.
Strasbourg, as you mentioned, they are not scoring enough. Only 5 goals scored, 7 goals conceded. So usually we don't see many goals in Strasbourg games. The opposite for Montpellier, 17 goals scored, 14 conceded. And also on Saturday, we have Lille, Toulouse. Lille is this kind of team that they are beating the smaller teams, but losing against big teams, like it happened with Olympique Marseille. These Toulouse, Alain, they are in the middle of the table after beating Reims. Lille cannot afford to drop points against Toulouse at home.
But the odds is really interesting, yes, because I think it don't reflect the difference between both teams. Lille is one of the team most funny to see this season, because it's really offensive. Fonseca is a manager we know very well in Shakhtar, in Roma. His team normally are with a lot of powder in offensive phase, and Toulouse is a big test for Toulouse, especially for his solidity in defensive phase, especially for in a game where the opposite team will be quick the ball and pass a lot of time in your last 30 meter. I think Lille will be winning against Toulouse. Odds 1.80 for LOSC winnings on Saturday night.
Indeed, the odds are good for Lille to win. Also, I'm surprised to see the odds for Monaco to win. This is already on Sunday. Reims, Monaco, and Monaco to win is 2.3, perhaps with a slow start or a bad start actually for Monaco, but it looks like the season is starting for them. 3 consecutive victories, beating teams like Lyon and Nice. Finally, good news for Monaco. Reims, on the other hand, they got defeated by Toulouse. I guess it's good, no, Alain, to take these odds for Monaco to win here.
Yes, but Reims is one of the most difficult teams to bet and predict from the beginning of the season. They have various phases at the beginning. They suffer a lot after they recover. Good feeling. The game in Toulouse, I think, doesn't reflect the moment about Stade de Reims because they play a lot of time with 10 players in Toulouse. Monaco is difficult to have a true image about this Monaco because he's a team lose a lot of points who normally they're winning the game. In the last week, it's true Monaco improved because they're winning the derby, they're winning against Lyon, too difficult game for the game of Principauté. They're winning they're won in Europa League too. But for that team, that game, I think both teams can be scored. Odds 1.64 because I saw Reims scoring with Balogun. Is one of the best striker from the beginning of the season, and Monaco found in the last game goals every time.
Okay, so you are aware. Be careful if you are going for Monaco to win this game despite the good odds. Then relegation battle, Brest, Ajaccio, 2 of the worst teams this season so far. Ajaccio, the worst, only with 1 point, 3 weeks without scoring a single goal. Whereas for Brest, at least, Alain, they kept it very close against PSG.
Yes, Brest improved. Brest improved. Brest in the last game in Paris, we saw the Brest about the last season, where it's really difficult to score, and in a collective perspective, is a team can be played in a collective way, and there doesn't depend about individual player. Now Ajaccio with the goal, they have a lot of problem with that average. You go back to Ligue directly, but in March. Now playing in Brest at home normally is strong, except the game against Montpellier. The odds are really interesting. I think Brest have more experience about in Ligue 1, and I think that this game that can be win against Ajaccio. The odds are interesting. 2.11 for Brest winning Sunday.
Only 3 goals scored by Ajaccio so far in Ligue 1, the worst team by far. Actually, they are already 5 points away to avoid relegation. Clermont, Troyes is the next game. Both are in the middle of the table, but I guess they will be also fighting against relegation in spring. For Troyes, Alain, the way they were able to beat Monaco, for instance, so they are not bad, but it's hard to predict this game. Clermont arrive as favorites with odds 2.4.
Yes. The game in Monaco, they play 70 minutes with 1 play more. And Monaco was in a really bad moment when they meet each other. Now, Clermont learned. About the last season, Clermont made a transfer market interesting because they had a lot of experience. They changed a little his model of play. Now Clermont can be made a 0-0 away. We saw that in Strasbourg. They learn how you must to suffer during the game without the ball. Now Troyes, I have bad feeling for Troyes from the beginning of the season, for the market, for the relationship with the board, between the manager. They don't had a lot of quality about his team. I think the odds are really, really interesting for Clermont winning, and I choose Clermont winning Sunday, odds 2.35.
All right, then we have Nice-Angers, first victory of the season for Angers, still only 5 points after an awful start of the season, whereas for Nice, another team that hasn't started well the season, but they got a key victory against Ajaccio. For Favre to be calm, more or less, in this international break. This should be a home victory.
He need the victory in Ajaccio is oxygen for Favre. Now meet Angers now is the best moment to meet this team because it's the worst defense in Ligue 1 for number, for feeling, and for the occasion they concede in the game. A lot of problem. They don't replace his historical center defender like Romain Thomas and Traoré, and we saw that Nice now is true. Nice don't score a lot, but I think it's question of time because they have the player to be productive in an offensive phase. I think Laborde and Delors are a very, very, very good duo in his attack, and I think there will be unluck this week against Angers at home. I choose the over 2.5, odds 1.90.
Nice, Nice playing in Belgrade against Partizan also in the middle of the week on Thursday. Two teams that are playing in Europe, or Marseille already played actually. Marseille, Rennes, we have 3 more games and all 3 are very good actually. This Marseille, Rennes, it looks very interesting. Marseille, amazing in Ligue 1, 6 victories, 1 draw. They got another victory the previous weekend against Lille, but they lost in Champions League against Frankfurt. 2 defeats for them in Europe, in the European competitions, Alain. And be careful with Rennes. Still no victories away for them yet this season, but they are getting better and better.
Yes, they improve a lot. I think the 𝐬𝐭𝐬 signing is a brilliant signing for Rennes. Olympique Marseille, they have 2 Olympique Marseille from the beginning of the season because in Ligue 1 is a team really, really strong. Tudor give more verticality to the play at his team. Maybe they miss a striker, an area striker. That one maybe in the squad there miss that one in some games we feel that, especially in Champions. Very good first half in London against Tottenham, but they don't have a chance in finalization. And yesterday the same because the team arrive in the area, but they don't have the killer, and that one he miss in Europe. In Ligue 1 maybe not so much, but it's a first big test in Ligue 1, I think, for Marseille, because they meet a European team, and I think Rennes is in his best moment in the season. I don't see Rennes losing. I choose a double chance, X2, odds 1.72.
Okay, kind of a surprise. Marseille not winning at home. Next game, we have Nantes, Lens. Nantes getting closer and closer to the relegation spots. 3 games without victories, but Lens, Alain, they are very good when they are playing at home, but away, for instance, they weren't able to beat Ajaccio or Reims. Should we trust them in La Beaujoire?
Yes, I think Nantes is in a good moment. We saw an improvement about Nantes in the content. In the content, the team start to be similar to the team last season, be able to win the Coupe de France. It's a very good game. It's a very good game. It's a good test for Lens because there will be meet a team can be disturbed the vertical playing about Lens, and in transition Nantes is really strong. They have the player to make the difference when they can attack in transition way. I think Nantes doesn't lose. I choose 1 draw no bet, odds 2.30. Lens doesn't lose any game from the beginning of the season, and I think it's a risk Sunday for them.
Okay, another surprise. Nantes not losing at home, and let's see if you don't see also losing Lyon against PSG. This is going to be more difficult, but Lyon, they are very strong when they are playing at home, but another thing is when they are playing away, back-to-back defeats last week, away from home against Lorient, against Monaco. PSG, as we all know, they are playing Champions League in Israel, but Alain, even this season when they are traveling, they are more reliable than last season.
Yes, in the last years, it's the stadium where Paris lose more points. Now Lyon away, they don't correct the limit about the last season. We don't saw an improvement. Peter Bosz must to found solution because with that average away, Lyon risk to don't go to Europe again. And for the investment, for the club, for his history, especially in the 21st century, I think it's not a good news. Now, when they play at home, is a team really, really funny to see because the technical individual player are really high, the level. They have players who can make the difference in every moment of the game. We have 3, 4, 5 players can make the difference. And for Paris, is a test. It's a test because outside we don't saw in every game Paris really, really, really strong, and we know the history about the game of Paris Saint-Germain in Lyon. I choose both teams to score. Odds are really is not high, but I think we can choose the security for that game. Odds 1.45.
Lyon, very dangerous, of course, when they are playing at home. They are top of the table in the home standings, 13 goals scored and 3 goals conceded, played 4 and won all 4. So let's see if at least they can manage to stop PSG in the last game of this match day. Alain, which one is your favorite bet for this match day?
Safe bet is Lille, Toulouse over 1.75, odds 1.24.
And your ACCA?
My ACCA is Auxerre, Lorient, 2x no bet. Lille, Toulouse, 1. Clermont, 3, 1. Olympique Lyonnais, Paris Saint-Germain, both teams to score. For a total 11.77.
When you say Lille Toulouse, it's not Lille Toulouse against Toulouse, but Lille to win. It's a very bad joke, but be careful if you are betting with Lille, Toulouse. Alain, thank you. See you next week. And
Thank
of
you.
course, remember, if you are watching the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and comment the video. Bye-bye.
Bye.